Today we're going to be talking about the wickedness of entitlement, and how a lot of people feel like they're entitled to things. Like we live in a culture where, like the LGBT and the feminist movement and BLM and all these different movements in the world, and it's all about, glorifying oneself, and everybody just feels like I'm entitled to this because, you know, I'm great and everything, therefore I'm entitled to stuff. And what we got to realize as Christians is that everything that we have in this life is a blessing from God, given to us by His grace. So the reality is we don't actually deserve anything. And I have to remind myself of this too, but we don't actually deserve the things that we have in this life. God richly blesses us with food and water and different things, but just because God blesses us with that thing does not necessarily mean that we deserve it. We don't even deserve our salvation. It is true that when we are saved, it does require us to put our faith in Jesus and to denounce our sins and start trying to live a godly life. But the thing is, though, God doesn't have to give us a second chance at all. And Jesus didn't have to come down here and die for all of us and even give us an opportunity to be reconciled to Him. We're not Jews, so, He didn't have to do that for us Gentiles. So the reality is, everything we're given in this life is given to us by grace. None of us deserves anything. So, a lot of people feel like they're entitled to certain things, and I'm going to give you a few examples of some extreme scenarios, but just to kind of make the point that I'm wanting to make. So, there was this girl on YouTube several years ago, who she was pretty popular on there, and some weird dude started watching her videos, and he become obsessed with her to a point where it was like in love with her and thinking that they were going to get married. Now, she didn't know he exists, and as far as I know, he never even tried to contact her. But later on, he found out, following her Instagram, that she had a boyfriend. She uploaded a picture of her and her new boyfriend. And he becomes so filled with rage because he had propagated in his mind that he was entitled to this girl. He believed that she belonged to him. They had a few things in common. I think, they both like video games or something. Like, that really is a thing that should make him a fault that they were meant for each other. Because let's face it, just about every guy in the modern day times likes video games. So that was kind of a silly thing. But, he was just some guy working part-time at Best Buy. But because he dreamed this up in his mind that this girl was entitled to him, when he found out she had a boyfriend, he becomes so infuriated that he hunt her down and shot her to death and killed her. And, highly hurt her family and hurt her boyfriend and killed her. And it's just a sad story, but it just shows you that this is an extreme example. Not everybody's as wicked as this person was, but this is just kind of a story to kind of help you to see where I'm coming from in this video. This wickedness of people feeling like just because they have a crush on somebody, that means that they're entitled to that person. It's like, and this is kind of the attitude of a lot of rapists. They feel like that I like this girl I'm working with. Sure, she turned me down 17 times, but hey, you know what? She's mine. And that's the perspective of a lot of these rapist people. They feel entitled to certain people, and they're going to take it by brute force. I can't tell you how many of these murder cases and different kinds of things I've watched videos on, but it's really sickening. People just go around raping people and killing people. And it actually does happen a lot more than we think it does. I like to live in a bubble where I just don't know about stuff. But on the news every night, just about, there's somebody going out and raping somebody or killing somebody because everybody feels that they're entitled to stuff. You know, people feel that they're entitled to these women just because they want them. No, you're not entitled to reach out and grab somebody's body just because you want to. So, this is a video, The Wickedness of Entitlement, and God bless for watching.